Shinobi sort of straddles multiple genres that have all kind of been that are all kind of like obliterated. Progress is a story that people tell about change. You have people that really resent the past, and they don't want you digging it up. They don't want you looking at it. They don't want you to examine it. Oh, God forbid you say something used to be better.
Keep your hand on your gun. Don't you trust anyone. There's just one kind of man that you can trust. That's a dead man or a gringo like me.
Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
One of the coolest things about making that Shinobi video is that Senpai noticed me. This is from Boghog's Patreon. Watching Spider STG's new Shinobi video was equally fun and depressing. The dev interview segments annoyed the shit out of me. Super Eye Patch Wolf recently called the modern approach mechanic slop in his Shinobi AOV Silksong review, and I'm inclined to agree. So I think it's worth looking back at these games and talk about what makes them so good and why they should be studied. So I'm reading this thing. He's drawing a line like I did, from elevator action through Rolling Thunder, through Shinobi, and then to Rolling Bird. The way he kind of like looks at the thread, the way his line is like the same shape as my line, but like with completely different substance. It blew my mind. Kind of like re-examining, I can only kind of look at it from how I'm looking at it. So to see someone else looking at it from that development point of view, from that development perspective, to put his little truffle sniffing snout and set of eyes and his big old brain on it, we get this. There are no creative communities based around studying and designing run and gun. As far as I can tell, every developer is an island floating in a sea where no exchange of information happens. Well, no, there isn't. There's one exchange of information, and it's that same top-down media bullshit. We talk about history being written by the winners. If arcade games were imported to the console, it's like they never existed. This shit is still like a frontier. People who really know about this stuff are so marginalized. Like, you're going to like basically like dark web forums at this point. If you look up stuff on YouTube, type in the game in 1cc, and at least you'll get players and not these fake long play videos. And you're talking about like 30 views, 75 views. If your name isn't Iconoclast, nobody gives a shit. But when we're talking about like the quote-unquote discourse and discussion, it's like arcade games don't even exist. Run and gun has just become piss in the pool, right? It's just everywhere. It's so detached from the source. So it's not shocking to see that when elements from this like super genre start like coming back into the fold, that nobody has a reference. No one can see past like the Xbox Live Euro arcade games. Like, I'm like, shit, should I do like a run and gun? Should I do like a run and gun? Fucking keep doing that kind of stuff? Should I become the shmup junkie of run and guns? Like, I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. So I start making this list. Then I see this fool's got a list, and I'm like, son of a. This is the beginning of the run and gun genre. There's like periods of time where the membrane between like imagination and reality just like breaks down. It breaks down to a level that just so many things come through all at the same time. Or at least so it seems. The simulation patch, like version 1969 update, one of the main things that kind of came through was Sega's Gunfight. And it's not even a video game yet. Gunfight is an electromechanical game. I've never played it. I wouldn't even know how to play it. I don't even know how many of these things even exist. This game looks so fucking cool. It's just so fucking cool to me looking at this thing. Like, where are these electromechanical games? Like, where is this stuff? Whatever it took to build it then, like, we could do so much stuff with this now. Where is this melding of like real world objects with games? And we kind of know where it is, like where it ended up. You know, it was like Disney Infinity and Skylanders and Amiibos and like, I don't even know what you call that at this point. It's like toy. What the hell? What was it called? It was like toys as games, or like toys as like military grade financial weapons. Something like that. It's nuts to me how fucking cool that is. I feel like how much easier it would be to be making stuff like that, but there's just no market. There's no realistic market for it. So that's where it went. That's where it goes. That's progress for you. Gunfight gets adapted into a video game format by Taito. That game is called Western Gun. Western Gun is so fucking old that there's no MAME emulation for it because there's no microprocessor for it. I'm gonna find some footage of it, but as far as I can tell, there's no emulation available for this game. As far as I know. And I know a lot. Western Gun gets licensed to Midway for the American audience. And that game is called Gunfight. They do change the game a little bit, and oddly enough, it is closer to Sega's Gunfight, your fighters having either side of the playfield. In 1977, Midway makes a sequel to Gunfight called Boot Hill. Boot Hill is in the basis for Taito's 1977 Gunman. We have this really kind of weird circle of stuff going on. Western Gun to Gunfight to Boot Hill to Gunman. Taito games are still TTL. It's very hard to find information on Gunman. In 1979, Nintendo puts out Sheriff. Nintendo ditches the twin stick and uses a dial to control the angle of fire. In 1980, Taito basically just takes Sheriff. Either they license it or just straight up took it. Puts it in a cocktail cab, and that becomes Western Gun Part 2. From there, Taito abandons the twin stick and starts using the dial. This is like a big branch in Run and Gun. While Americans are developing the twin stick shooter, Taito is using this dial in its foundational Run and Gun games. Wild Western's a super interesting iteration on these like cowboy gun games. It's scrolling, but because everything's moving at pace, it ends up being like an arena shooter. Everyone's like tits was blown off with Sectori, having these like dynamic obstacles in the stages, kind of like come online. Wild Western did that shit in 1982. This brings us to 1982 Frontline. Frontline is the first truly scrolling run and gun. It is, in my opinion, the root of the main branch of what we consider to be run and gun games. Western Gun is cited as the first human violence in video games. Silicon is becoming this medium, this seed that blows over the wall of the imagination and lands in our reality. The battle over video game violence still rages. No one gives a shit about violence in books. The conversation framed as violence in gaming has been a cultural, spiritual, political, psychological battleground for over 50 years. There is a power here. The magic of turning silicone and electricity into this thing that we can commune with, sublimate, and attenuate this deeper part of our nature is something that's so powerful that no wonder everyone wants to control it. It's something that speaks to us deeper than our language brain. It's in our hands, it's in our bones, it's in our hearts and our souls. This is who you are. And we're stuck with a bunch of losers being like, oh, it's just games, man. Why can't you just have fun?
Just have some fun, bro. Let's just have a little bit of fun. Why can't we just have a little bit of good times? I'm just here to relax and have some good times.
Why gotta talk about shit like this? Get the fuck out of here.
Alright, dude. Look at this shit. My first impressions, first of all, check out your man. Look how this dude walks. This dude's fucking awesome. The first time I ever even heard of this game was I think when it did come out on Arcade Archives. I saw this goofball and I'm like, this is just too primitive. Blah, blah, blah. How do people even enjoy this kind of stuff? Second thing I noticed was I couldn't get past this first screen, and I'll tell you why. So you got a shot limit. You get 2 bullets on the screen. You're not like running and gunning like that. You try to go around here first thing, like you're so fucked. Your instinct just to walk around that bush, you're gonna get popped. Like, everyone's like, oh man, Super Mario Brothers 1. Super Mario Bros. Teaches people how to play games. So like in that like 1-to-1 way, this game immediately wants you to understand that you want to use cover. You want to use cover and a grenade. And it took me, because I'm an idiot, it took me quite a few tries. You have infinite grenades. It's just a move. It's not opaque. It's essential to your kit. It's not like a get out of nothing. You're not get out of nothing, man. You need to use it tactically. when I found the grenades can like take out the rock fall, I was like, bro. It also counts against your shot limit. So you can have a grenade and 2 bullets on the screen at the same time. Oh. These fucking rocks too. You also can't dilly-dally. They will spawn things behind you. Those little pink things that look like power-ups, those are not power-ups, those are landmines. And I think what that tells you is it is like the old school STG where precision is very highly valued. Look at your bullet range. You're not going full screen bullets. And these guys, their shots are pretty similar to yours. Their range is shorter than your range. That's like the rules of the pieces. So this game becomes about precision fire, being very aware of everybody's range and positioning. There's no dodge button. There's no get out of jail. This is like real 2D fundy shit. So I'm trying to show you like getting past this first screen was not easy. And that was exciting. The kind of like loser mentality is like, it's too, like, I don't even know what you think it is. If you think it's too hard, you should be embarrassed. When you do start to figure this stuff out, you're like, dude, this game's fucking for real. All this primitive, this goofy bastard, that's you, man. You're that goofy bastard. You start to become like a fucking killer, man. The red helmet and a goofy walk is like a flex. You got the range, you got the space, tactical retreats. And I hope I'm starting to paint a picture here. Look where you are when you're pushing up the screen and what it sets up. But you can pull back to your range to retreat. But look what happens too, is that they're bringing guys. You are surrounded. These guys can also go in the gutters here, right? So that is space that you can't go into, that they can go into. And they move to it as if it's like a winning condition for them. It cuts off your angles on them. And it cuts off your ability to like move around them. They have this advantage of space, where you have this advantage of range. Every guy on this screen, you gotta think about individually. It's not just these like swarms of popcorn. Everyone here is a killer. I hope at this point what I'm describing starts to sound a lot more like a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter. You're using cover, you're using position. Your best skill is going to be your accuracy, understanding range. It feels a lot more like a third-person shooter or even like a first-person shooter than it does like a quote-unquote arcade run-and-gun style, like a Contra-style left-to-right run-and-gun.
Frontline is roots.
Party days and party night, the Almighty God alone in the wilderness.
Frontline directly influenced SNK's TNK3. Game designer Koji Obata was so enamored with Taito's Frontline, SNK went all in, designing a custom rotary stick. The loop lever provided unique gameplay mechanics that could only be found in the arcade, and underpinned SNK's success through its pre-Neo Geo golden age. Other companies would revise, refine, or straight rip off SNK's rotary run-and guns.
Right soul, I'll make you turn back.
Without the luxury of proprietary hardware, Capcom's resident madman Tokuro Fujiwara adapted the Frontline formula to the traditional 8-way lever with Commando, crafting one of the most influential video games of all time, with nearly every major publisher trying to replicate its success.
Let's do LSA Squad, because that's fucking good. This game's fucking crazy. This is basically Frontline 2. This game is awesome. Turn the music off. The soundtrack for this game is maddening. Get that music out of here and get with this game. So you can try to play it like a savage, you know, like some kind of like auto fire savage, like this. That's not how you play this game.
John not coming back with no water, but a fire.
Is you're gonna be like this. You're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna be shooting all kinds of crazy stuff here. You're like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? You got grenades. You know, you're trying to put out fire, you're trying to put out ordnance. The thing how most people are gonna like kind of touch this game. It's gonna look something like this. But look at this. So that's 16% here. I guess you can play that way if you want to. I'm not really kind of cruising through this game right now. The proper way to play this game is to be accurate, to not miss your shots. If you play it correctly, the game showers you with points. Rather than having the strict shot limit like Frontline does, the game gives you the opportunity to go a little ham with this stuff. But it rewards precision, it rewards accuracy with these crazy bonuses. I actually watched Lord BBH counterstop this game. It was really cool. when you learn to play, when you play it correctly, the game kind of teaches you something about the genre itself. That might not be obvious. Oh shit! Did I get it? Yes. So you get that super bonus, man. Look at that shit. Oh, I just fucked it up. So when you're just like a dude, everything's a threat to you. Right? You can kill by anything. When you're a tank, like you can't be shot by other infantry, but they can throw grenades at you. You know, and you can just kind of run them over and stuff. So like it's sort of like there's this like hierarchy of stuff. So like boats can shoot you, people can't shoot you. When you're a plane, you can go over it. You can go over everything. So I think it's one of the coolest things about this game is the way they kind of like have these quick interactive like kind of layers. That's my goal. My secret goal of the video is to get Boghog to add this game to his list. What are you doing in there?
I'm sick, and I'm bored, and I am broke of trying to sift through this shit to find the fucking little gold nuggets. That reminds me of a good game. Oh, this sort of looks like a good game. I can just go back to the source. I don't need all this false interpretations. I don't need these false prophets. I don't need these fucking wizards and witches trying to fuck with my head. I don't need it. This is what you want me to pay $200 for a fucking stick of RAM for? I'm paying $80 to play the latest game in a franchise that I love. So I gotta play this like whack-ass version that's like so other people can get into it, so other people can play this game that isn't even what the thing has been? Fuck you. You can call me an out-of-touch boomer if you want to. I just liked gaming better before Jeffrey Epstein was signing off on the design documents. Sorry. This isn't nostalgia-pilled navel-gazing. Oh, rubbing my tummy and feeling good and being cozy. Oh, remember when? None of that shit. I'm not playing the old games of my youth. I'm going back to the source. I'm not trying to crawl back up into some kind of womb. I'm trying to break out of a cocoon. I'm trying to break out of this artificial membrane that make me weak, foolish, and broke. Playing arcade games is subversive. This is fuck you to all this shit. Fuck you to the nostalgia peddlers. Fuck you to the carnival barkers. Fuck you to the industry. Trying to find new and inventive ways to take money from me for shit that I don't want. This isn't things were better then. I'm saying things are better now. But this is my now. This is our now. And I think our now is better than their now.
It's just another cheap product for the countryman's head. Bubblegum rock and plastic chases. School bus edition back up into the motors. 3 years prime on the clash. Every revolution is just some cash. Don't become a fashion like it we used to be. I can't think you'll do it from me. Minutes are seduce, systems kill. Minutes are express the public will. I become a mimic because you feel lost. They just sold out, now you're better just. Punk Nazism on a station like pub. Steve Jones started doing real work. Revolution and a kill change. Stuck from the system and give me snide. Well, I'm tired of staring through sheets like glass. Tired of staring at my superstars' ass. I've got an ass, crap and a night. I'm just waiting for 50 minutes back. See me Jones, you're